people clock the way I walk, talk. They'll be like, "Are you Meekz?" I'll be like, "Where? Who? Him?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
Does that happen a lot?
A lot. It's the way I talk. Sometimes I'll be in places.
Definitely the way you talk.
And
definitely.
I might say whatever, and then they look up like that, and I'm like, "Oh shit, they got me now." Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never understood how they got. Because remember, I've not really done no interviews either.
Yeah,
these podcasts. Now I'm fit. Now I'm fucked. Everybody knows you, and now I'm fucked it. Everyone will be like, "Oh, that's it."
But no, thanks for doing this, bro. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, nah, you too, man. And I see what you're doing. I like what you're doing.
Do you know what's mad is that the reason why, that's why I said about the Brits thing, because I seen you at the Brits.
Yeah.
But I didn't meet you at the Brits. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think I might have walked past you in the red carpet.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was you until you had walked past.
Okay, yeah.
But you had your belly on then.
yeah.
But I didn't know it was you. Because I was like, is that Meekz or not? I don't know. And it was until I think after you performed, I think it might be in rehearsal. I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, did you do...
Because I was hosting,
you presented that night? Yeah. Okay, now makes sense. Yeah, I remember.
Because I was hosting. So I was like,
I knew who you was anyway.
Oh, big ups, bro. Nah, man. Thanks for coming and doing the pod, bro. I really appreciate that, man.
Yeah, this is like my first time sitting down, really.
Because you don't do podcasts and stuff.
Nah, not really.
Why not? Why do you think that?
Man, I'm very I think my whole brand's been very like mystique, mystery sort of thing.
Yeah.
And like even just me, I'm very introverted. Do you get what I'm saying? But I know how to hold a conversation. I love to conversate. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just a bit thingy why I've not done it on camera. But like even just it takes a lot out of me when I do the interview.
100%. I can imagine, man.
It feels like but then it's also like a bit of a weight off my shoulders.
Yeah.
Now
and
that
I feel
I've recently started because I did something the other day with Pulse there.
Okay.
And I did a little clipping thing the other day. Yeah, and I felt like a little bit of a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. Do you get what I'm saying?
Do you feel like your fans can connect with you a bit more? Because I always feel like with musicians, because they don't do a lot of podcasts, you don't get to know as much of them. But also I know that the mystique is kind of what people buy into a little bit as well.
So for my fans, I think they understand that and have come to the acceptance of that they ain't going to get that. I just feel like this is more for the new viewer, the new person that's going to be watching. And sometimes you might just see an individual in a balaclava and think, oh, he's just done, just some, you get what I'm saying? They don't know. They can't really see my personality or they don't get to see what's behind the mask. At least if I speak up now, like today we're going to speak and it's like, at least then they get to get more of an insight. It's like, then you decide on whether you take to it or not. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just tapping into new audiences. I feel like the media is changing a lot more now. These things are becoming important and crucial. People want to know what you had for breakfast. They want to know.
Yeah. It's true. People, I think, do you know what's interesting? I feel like with social media, it's made you want to know more because, you follow someone's story, but then there's also a level of media now that social media where, you being on a podcast, it's got people that's like, oh, I can hear him speak and talk about things I've never heard before. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
And have more of an understanding.
Yeah, especially when it comes to you as a musician, because when you're writing stuff, you're like, oh, I get why he spoke about this in the track. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes as a musician, I'm a fan of music and sometimes I'm like, oh, I love to know. Like
sometimes art can't be explained.
Yeah.
That's another where I've just come since I've been like drawing and I've been linking with Sloan and stuff and I've been researching a lot more into art and stuff. And it's like sometimes it can't be explained and everybody has their own version of what they see. And what they hear. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's another like thing with art where you're gonna take what you want from it anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? And paint that picture. But again, it is harder to get across the full thing sometimes. Even if you want to explain something in a song, there's only so much you can do with the wordplay and with the words. Whereas when you're sitting down speaking, we can obviously get a lot more off our chest. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like putting colours to the picture.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
He did the art. He did his thing. Bro. He did his thing.
I got lyrics too, man. Hey. But no, I'm a major fan, man. I think one of the first tracks that I really got onto, because I say we have a mutual, but like my friend Javan, he's worked with you as well. Yeah. And he was playing, I think he was playing your music in the car one time, but Like Me was the track.
Okay.
I think that was like, would you say that's one of your standout hits?
That one had a lot of commercial success, definitely. That's like one of my biggest records, I'd say, that really stumped it. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, that was definitely the first track.
Most definitely.
Like I remember and I'm like, oh, yeah, this is... Like, that's the one that when I'm in the gym, I've got my gym tracks.
Yeah.
And that's the one I'm like, all right, cool, let's put Put another 20 on there.
Some height.
Yeah.
You need
Another
to try,
20 on
you need
there.
to try can't stop, won't stop in the gym though. Yeah? That's
Yeah. But that one, that's the one I'm like,
height.
all right. You know, you get the pump. And you're like, ooh, all right.
Man.
Put number 20 on and you go, whoo.
Yeah.
Nah, let me take 20 off, man. Take 20 off, man.
A lot of sports people do love that tune. I think like Paddy the Baddy was online saying it's like one of his favourite tunes. And that, the fighters and like the boxers and the fighters love that tune.
It gives
it's got an attitude about it, innit? Like
110%.
You know what I'm saying?
So like, explain, because you're talking about art and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, you started, so would you say, is it 4 years old that you kind of started rapping? Was it 4 years old? Like you started in terms of like, when it come to like, just trying to put bars together and sentences and stuff.
From a young age as 4 years old. I mean, like, I thought you meant like I've been rapping for 4 years. It's a little bit longer than that now. But I'd say like, from a young age, like the man used to make me rap out my name. Do you get what I'm saying? Like my uncles and my mum's friends and that, they used to have me rap out my name and just doing things. But like where I've had my own actual lyric like that, I've had that from like 5, I'd say. Do you get what I'm saying?
Wow.
From like, very young age, where I can still remember it till this day.
Yeah.
Where I've had my own bars from do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And I can still remember the bars till now. Do you get what I'm saying? But I'm not going to say them because it spells out my full name. And we kind of, you know what I'm saying?
You ruined the whole thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100. So like, who were your early inspirations at? Like, because I'm trying to think of like, when I was 5, I'll be honest, I wanted to be a fireman at 5, bro.
Is it, yeah? Fireman Sam, yeah?
Bro, I did, bro. I badly wanted to be a fireman.
I love the fireman.
Until the planting started popping back at me, I said, I can't be a fireman.
That one there's wicked. The planting.
When the planting started,
that one is wicked.
he said, can't be a fireman, bro. But like, who were your early inspirations at that age? Like, because I know you said like your uncle and stuff, but was there like musicians at that time that like inspired you?
Musician-wise, from a young age, it's harder to like really remember because like remember I'm seeing individuals that represent these artists. So like it might be like, oh, my uncles used to listen to Master P or No Limit Soldiers. Do you get what I'm saying? I had a Master P doll at a young age. That was like dressed in full camo, and it used to go na 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 na, and like, I've just been infatuated with that kind of stuff from young, and obviously tapped into like the Louisiana type of side of music, and for me, I think that's like one of the main ones that was with me from a young age, and that's obviously due to like the music that's being played around me. But remember, man still grew up on like your garages and your sidewinders and your Wileys and your Skeptors. Like my mum was probably playing them sidewinder discs and stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? Just music in general. Do you get what I'm saying? Not just like this American thing where sometimes it might only, I could say that and it's easy to say, do you get what I'm saying? But you still influence England at the end of the day. Do you get what I'm saying? Great Britain. And at the end of the day, I remember the sidewinder discs being in like my mum's and my uncle's yard, and my mum used to hold hella house parties, and I'd be on the stairs like that looking down, bare girls like, come down, cutie. And that. Do you get what I'm saying? I used to come down. I had this little dance I used to do. I don't even want to tell you about the dance. I used to do a guitar dance. My mum's friends would say, come and do your dance. I used to do that ding 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 and do the guitar dance for them. They don't want to see me on stage with that one.
No, but you know that at a young age, there's always the relatives and elders would be like, come do your thing.
Yeah. So I had that from young, you get what I'm saying?
Can't I give you £5? Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
£2 coins. I used to be obsessed with them.
I had a £2 coin.
Man, give me 50p a part. No, £2. I need the £2 coins. I used to collect them.
So like at that age, you're obviously surrounded, because what I've always liked about Manchester, and Manchester's one of my favourite places, one, to do comedy, but the love there is very, very genuine. And I don't just say that to say that, but like, I was going up there from when I was like 20, 21 doing stand-up shows. This is before I had any success or anything. But the honesty is the one thing I always loved, because I always used to love the fact, like, what I used to like about Manchester, until this day, people be like, yo, mate, I'm not going to lie, bro. You, mate, going to be fucking superstar, mate. And I'm like, oh, bro, thanks, bro. Like, I don't know this guy, but thank you so much. Nah, mate, I'm telling you, mate, you're going to be fucking superstar, mate. But you know what I've always realised with Manchester is that there's such a scene there. Like, I think even now, if I want to go out, I'd be honest, I'd have a better time in Manchester than I would have in London. But it's always been like that. But it's a city surrounded by...
Has it always been like that, would you say, yeah?
I would say, do you know why? Because I've been going there since I was like 20.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, going up there, being from London, you get a little bit of different tension.
Different
Do you know what I mean?
out of town,
Be like, yo, mate, where are you from?
Yeah.
Like, I'm from London. Oh my God, you're well nice, mate. You've got waves in your hair. I'm like, thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you, Shirley. I appreciate that. But then, do you know what I think as I got older is realizing, like, one, you think of like the town itself.
Yeah.
And you know, it's got a music scene, a historic music scene. Do you know what I mean? It's got iconic football teams. It's got a nightlife. You put that all together and you get this vibey city. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
But then also, you know, you got the other outer areas as well, which
Greater Manchester.
Yeah, you've got the other outer areas as well.
You know them areas, obviously, like the Bolton,
yeah,
and Oldhams,
like Oldham and all of these kind of places. Stockport.
He knows, man.
He knows of course, man. Cheshire and Wilmslow.
That's where I'm at now, Cheshire.
Come on, bro. Listen, I've seen the houses. It's nice. It's very nice.
I get lost, man.
Yeah, but I think, like, would you say that, like, that kind of environment helped you shape your sound in some ways? Because you have, because you got the hood there as well, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
Which is literally a stone's throw away from, do you know what I mean, from the city centre and stuff where, like, but again, it's like, you know, you've got people from another part of London coming to the city where
now,
you know, you're hearing
hearing
different sounds, but also you've got your own sound. How much did that kind of shape, like, your musical journey in some ways?
I feel like when I started rapping, I feel like, because remember, like you're saying, even down to London, man, putting on American accents for years, and even in Manchester, certain artists putting on American accents and putting on a London accent.
Yeah.
For me, slightly, but I did some time in Birmingham and with some London friends and Birmingham friends, and I feel like I was like one or two things where I'm like, why did I say it like that? Do you get what I'm saying? But I made it a thing to actually sound how I talk. I wanted to put that across. I put the money in my name. I stood on the accent. I stood on the Manchester culture. And like, I really wanted to just make it a thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Because even me, let's not just even speak about anybody else, but like, you think you have to do it like this way or that way. And obviously, remember, London has predominantly just owned the music game for centuries. So then you might, we listen to that music. Remember the music we're listening to? I'm listening to that. That's all, like you're saying, that's all we're listening to really, like growing up. And then like, there might be the odd Manchester artists, but predominantly on the radio and on these things, the commercial successful rappers is obviously with the London accent. So then you might think, oh, you have to do it like that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But me, I just made it a thing to just be myself in it and just like rock with this, like, this is how I speak. And so then actually just speaking on the mic, how I actually talk was like a big thing for me.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely played a big influence on that. And I think I've played a big influence back on it. Do you get what I'm saying? Just like played it off each other sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because it is, I love Manchester. I got so much time for Manchester, man. Obviously, other places in the country, but there's no place I love doing a show.
Is it sick like that when you do it?
Oh, bro, it's one of my favourites, man.
Definitely
I always look forward to it.
Yeah.
But it's also
down to earth, innit? Like real.
So down. But I think that's a northern thing though as well.
Yeah, people do say like you get a good morning.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, it's just the small things like that. Do you know what I mean?
We're down here, it's a little
what's happening, mate? What are you doing here, mate? In the Arndale? I don't know, I'm just shopping, man. Mate, fucking love you, mate. Couple of cans. Fucking love that, mate.
Couple of cans.
Oh, bro, the vibe is so nice, man. Like, your newest project is called Can't Stop, Won't Stop, right?
Yeah, Mr. Can't Stop, Won't Stop. The latest, the one to come.
The one to come. Yes. That's out in June.
Yes.
This will be out by around that time, 25th of June.
Yeah.
Was that inspired? Because I know your uncle passed and it's on his gravestone as well. And you said he was a bit of an inspiration when you was young, when you were like dancing and stuff like this.
Yeah. So, like Tundi had his lyrics, he used to rap, he used to be with like Trigger and them. Remember Can't See With Face? Balaclava.
Yeah.
You know, them garage things there. Yeah. And that was like their kind of thing, do you get me? And they had these lyrics that was Can't Stop, Won't Stop. And I've not really even explained this story too tough. It's a deep one for me, but like, I went to Tundi's funeral when I was 6 years of age. And like, I watched the open coffin, but like, he was like my friend. Remember, he's a lot older than me. But I raised around these guys and he was almost like my friends, like, because my mum used to send me out with him. He used to take me to go meet Wes Brown and show me Wes stay at his mum's yard. And it was almost like he was my friend, do you get me? So I held a lot of trauma from that from young, do you get what I'm saying? It's a dark story as well because like Tekka had passed away and like I got blood family, like my actual blood, who's like, their family's like involved with the passing. but like they loved him. But then it's just like my uncle Jew basically Sunday had his chain on the night. So even for me to stand on it, some people in my family not happy with it. Some people are. It's just like it's a lot, but like it's hard for me to not, because remember, like I say, he showed me how to rap, showed me my first lyrics. I seen that, and that's just never gonna leave my head. Like from a young age, you get what I'm saying? And the impact that it had on man's life, and I just feel like when I'm doing it, I'm tapping into like some different powers, and just like I'm connecting back with that thing, because it never should have happened. I wish it never did, and things, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a baby, that all that stuff don't really cross my mind or play a part in what I'm standing on. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's like a massive thing for me, yeah. And to just double down on it this season now, and just to let them know that, yeah, man's really Mr. Can't Stop, Won't Stop, and let them know what it actually means to me. Like, man didn't just come in the game and make like me and Can't Stop, and it was just like, it was just just another guy rapping, and know it like it's real, really deep in it. So them energies what you get in the gym and that is like, it's really real. Do you get what I'm saying?
Of course.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's not like a joke. So yeah, man, just doubling down on that, just letting people know, like, you get me? If you can do it twice, then you're super nice. I like that, man. But yeah, it's a mantra, man. Like, it's something that I live by, you get what I'm saying? And obviously from a young age, and it been inspired by it. So, and like, it's not just about like, they used to say like, they're going to need the army to stop us, and there'd be 20, 30 man outside. My mum's on pedal bikes, and I'm looking at these men like, you're dangerous. Like, yeah, I get it. But also on top of that, it's like, for me, it's just like the never giving up mindset. Like, suicide's high. Like, I've got a lot of people who have passed away and sadly took their own lives, and friends and people's dads, and just things. And it's like, I just really think that Can't Stop, Won't Stop is a message that is actually needed for male attention. Like, for males, we need it. Like, we ain't giving up. Like, and it's resilience, it's strength. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it means a lot more than just like when you see the army tanks and stuff. They mean to me like, never, you can't stop an army tank. They might go through the mud and go through the wall. Even if they break down and have a little, you can leave an army tank in the water for 10 years, come back to it and start it. It can be covered in mud, covered in whatever, get blown up, and it still can keep going. So it's like, for me, it's like resilience and strength and just power to keep pushing through and never give up. That's the real meaning. It's not all about the wars and the guns. Obviously, that's one thing, because if the walk it, we're men in it, so we love that. We do like that stuff. That's why action movies sell. Like, and obviously, it's like, if the walk it's off today in the UK massively, we'd all get a kiss on the cheek off our mums and stuff, and our bags packed, and say, go on, good luck, son, hit the road. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So we've always got to kind of be aware of that side of things anyway. But for me, it's more when I push the tanks and you might see some other objects in there. It's more about I respect the resilience and the strength of it, and just like the never giving up side of things. Do you get what I'm saying?
Because you like your camo and stuff as well,
exactly, yeah. That's what it really means to me, though. Do you know what I'm saying? That's
you got some gums, though.
And I'm camo, like my face is camo, in it. I've been trying to stay in this. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's that's also what that represents, the side of me, like where I'm like kind of blend in, trying to just like, taking the music, like don't worry about me. Do you get what I'm saying? Like sort of thing. So,
but but also I think what I found interesting about you as well, like where, you don't show your face, but then you're, even like today, like with your tracksuit, and your fit is always on point. And the reason why I asked you when we started about the Brits is because I remember when you performed at the Brits with Dave, you was wearing like a two-piece, like a Louis Vuitton, I think it was like the Louis Vuitton ski jacket with the matching trousers.
Yeah. It was remember we did In the Fire?
Yeah, and it was hot on stage.
But that outfit was a Virgil piece.
Yeah.
That changed with temperature.
Oh, is it?
So that when you put your hand on it or a little bit of heat, it changes colour.
Oh, right.
And I know that's like a viral thing now on the trend, but Virgil was like one of the first to do it.
Yeah.
And obviously showing love and respect to Virgil. Remember that was like a predominantly black stage that day.
Yeah, I remember.
All black, the first black people to actually close the Brits after Adele. After Ed, we closed the day.
Yeah.
So it was like amazing. So I wanted to also embrace the fact, remember Virgil was the first black designer at Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, man.
Like the very first black designer to have a head job at Louis Vuitton was Virgil. And Virgil used to show me a lot of love. Yeah. Anything you need from the warehouse, shout out me. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, rest in peace, Virgil, king of all kings, goated. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, I just felt like, because I'm not really going to go and support and spend 25 grand on an outfit unless I'm doing it like, it means a lot to me.
You're doing it
and
big.
I still have the outfit to this day. Do you get what I'm saying? And it don't really come out unless it's coming out. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But remember, I did In the Fire, and that tracksuit's heat reactive.
Yeah,
and a lot of people don't even know that. Like, I go deeper sometimes. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
How was that for you? Because I was at the Brits, And I think that might have been the first time I hosted it. And one, the track is iconic. Do you know what I mean? You got the choir and all that stuff.
The track's biblical.
What was it like for you? Because that's a mainstream show that comes on, you know, I think that was aired on a Saturday. And it was, you know, it's one of the biggest award shows that we have. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you think of UK music, you think of, you know, let's be honest, when we think of, sometimes we can often think of pop and stuff, but to also, to see the man them up there, I remember I got to watch rehearsals and I was like, right, the man them are really here. Do you know what I mean? What was it like for you in that space?
To actually be there?
Yeah.
For me, obviously, all glory to God, firstly. I feel like at the time, I might not have known how important it actually was. Remember, I'm just doing my job and things are coming thick and fast.
I remember you was walking around like on your ones sometimes.
I came there in my tracksuit, like, I'm just
I remember, bro.
In a Nike Tech. I was on the red carpet in a Nike Tech. People have done it now, but I was like the first person to do that. Do you know what I'm saying? But like, obviously, it's hard for me to dive into it now, but remember, I speak about the BRIT Awards a lot. I think I've mentioned it like 3 times in my lyrics. Like, I'll never forget that day. Such an amazing day, such an amazing time.
Yeah.
It was more about after my grandma and stuff and aunties and people in like that are behind the door and they're saying, wow, bro, you should have heard it in here last night. Everyone's banging the doors, going mad and going crazy. And wow, like, and like my granny's like, I'm proud of you. And that's the first time she'd ever said it to me. So I was like, okay, that's when I start. At the time, I knew it was serious. I knew anything I'm doing, I'm thinking, we're doing this. Do you get what I'm saying? But like after was more when I felt like the impact and the power of how important it actually was.
Yeah, man.
And being on the stage, I think like I had a lump in my throat when I first come out. Like when it was the day.
Was you nervous?
Because remember, you got all the BRIT Awards, school kids and that. The BRIT School Academy kids. And then when I'm coming out, they're like, oh, happy. And that's when I'm like, oh shit, do you know what I'm saying? And not even just down to like the celebs and everybody was there. It was the kids that are from the BRIT School.
There were some people
that are aspiring to do music and going to be the next generation. And it was like, there's a kid that was there called Siku. And he's doing his thing now. Like, I think he just did something with like Justin Bieber and stuff. Like, he's doing his thing. And he was in that crowd on that day. And he even said it to me, like, he's messaged me before now and told me like, yo, that was sick. So, but I felt that on the day, how powerful it was for those kids that was in that crowd. Do you get what I'm saying? And what we'd done, like you're saying, it hadn't really been done before.
I think he had a guitar with fire coming out of it.
Crazy.
But
if you watch the rehearsals, danger.
I remember watching the rehearsals because, again, I got to watch to then talk about it maybe afterwards or if we got a throw to, guys, we just seen Dave. And because, you know, I can't be like, we just seen the performance and people are like, bro, you ain't going to mention the fire coming out of the guitar. Do you know what I mean?
Know what's really going on.
And even for me, it was overwhelming because one, I'm hosting it, but also I want to see my people
was
there.
Was that the first time you hosted as well?
First time, sick, that was with Ed Sheeran there.
Amazing.
And then I think he opened the show and then the camera panned to me and then I opened the show. Amazing. What they wanted to do the other way around. So they said, look, we want you to say, hey, welcome to And I was like, okay. And then they changed it and they said, no, Ed's going to go on. Then you're going to go on afterwards. Bro, I was so nervous, man.
It's a big one.
I was so nervous, I was just shouting. So I was like, we're here.
Why? Because you can't say the wrong thing and you're used to saying whatever you want to say.
I swore. Yeah, man. And I remember, you know, it's mad because I had this.
Sometimes being too nervous can make you slip up, innit?
Do you know what it is? When everyone kept telling me, just do not swear. I'm like,
it's in your mind now.
So yes, I've finished. I say finished. That halfway through, I'm getting comfortable now. I can do a little ad-lib, little joke there. And then I think David Guetta had performed. So I said, got David Guetta. Oh, it's like Ibiza. Come on, Guetta. You know, it's fucking good. I said, oh.
What you said, get your tits out. It's Ibiza, get your tits out.
Bro, I said, fucking. And then I just remember, it felt like time stopped, I remember, because I got them in my ear, and all I heard is, Mo, you need to apologise. You need to say sorry. So then, but we've gone to a break.
30 seconds to apologise.
And I felt like, do you know what it is, And this is why I asked if you were nervous, it's because I also knew that, like, this ain't really my arena.
Yeah.
As a young black man, this ain't really my arena like that.
It's new.
But also, it's like, I know, like when you know your haters are waiting for your downfall. Does that make sense? They're just waiting like, come on. And I thought, oh my God, I've given them the ammunition now, innit? Get him off. My child was watching this.
Say that. No one said that though.
No. Okay. No one really clocked it. But the problem was, because I apologized, then everyone's clocked now. So when we come back and I've said, look, guys, I'm going to say, like, you know,
you left the whole break and then apologized.
So now everyone said, what did he say?
You come back and reminded them. Now everyone's rewind.
Literally, bro.
What happened there?
I said, oh, man.
Yeah, sometimes you got like it didn't happen, man. You got like it didn't happen. I was nervous and I've just remembered now. Remember, I came down the stairs.
Yeah.
I was thinking, do not fall down these stairs.
Do you know what's it?
And it was steeper than anything I'd ever walked down. Like,
and you got holding the mic as well,
I'm holding the mic. Do you get what I'm saying? So, and I was coming from the top, walking down the steps. I thought, please don't fall over. So that was a little bit of a nerve for man. Do you get what I'm saying? I think I did rehearsal so perfectly. And then on the day, I think there was one little mistake what I'd made. No one will ever notice it. Don't look back. Let's not go there. But yeah, I'm saying.
So watch it, go back now. See, I knew we got that bit wrong. Yeah, man. Speaking of performances, your Daily Duppy, it's close to like 10 million views. So and I feel like Daily Duppies have become so important now for the scene. For one, you know, we've got an audience now who consume music as well as listening to it and stuff. But Daily Duppies have become a huge part of, especially like UK music as well, UK rap
GRM
music
in general sort of thing.
Yeah. It gives the audience, close to 10 million views. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you find it when, you're hearing those numbers through like a Daily Duppy now and, you've done, and this was, obviously you've done things like the BRITs and stuff, but your art is still, getting mad traction. Do you know what I mean? You're talking like, you get like 1 million Spotify listeners, and that's just on Spotify a month. So how are you like when you start hearing those numbers of like 10 million views on like a video and stuff, I say the pool for improvement has no boundaries. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm always going to want to find room for improvement and room for growth, but you still have to be mad, like, not have to be. I'm a grateful person in general. Do you get what I'm saying? And always just give thanks to the Most High. But it's like, it is mad, innit? It's crazy when you think about it like that. Do you get what I'm saying? That's a lot.
I'm trying to do some Michael Jackson numbers, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, that's still a bit small. Do you get what I'm saying? But I'm still very thankful and appreciative that the people can take to it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Of course.
Maybe they're waiting for the mask to come off and whatnot, but I just want them to take the music in. Do you know what I'm saying? And I did put a tremendous amount of research and effort into that Daily Duppy because of how important it is. It actually is. And I wanted to like give it like a new meaning of like, I don't want to just go in there and do a song or a rap. I want to actually do something that, like, you do the imagery in it with the pictures and that.
Yeah, of course.
So like I mentioned over like 100 different like artist names. I did America, I did London, I did Manchester. Do you get what I'm saying? And not just artists, actors and movies. And do you get what I'm saying? The movies is the next one, to be fair. I had to give them away a little certain there, you get me? But yeah, so I did like a lot of like individuals who I respect as well. Like Liam Gallagher, Oasis, the Beatles. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm saying a lot of things. And it was like a challenge for me. So for people to actually to respond the way they did and appreciate the way they did, I'm just thankful. But it's when you do put the work in, you know what, you always get the results, innit? When you do put hard work in, do you get what I'm saying? And I wrote that in Abbey Road Studios. Some of the lyrics I'd had from like the age of 14, which is crazy, just little bits of it, because I've always had little crazy metaphors. And like I kind of built it around that. Do you get what I'm saying? And I wrote it in Abbey Road Studios. And I had like a team as well. Like my team was kind of like throwing things in, like, why don't you speak about, for instance, like Benedict Wong, who's from Manchester, who's never won a BAFTA, but he's in like huge film, Fantastic Fours and huge films. Do you get what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, thank you. And then I get it, like, if man can give me something and I'm going to turn it into ammo. Do you get what I'm saying? So like you could throw something and I'm like, okay, do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, it was a bit of a team effort as well. And I loved the way I articulated it. I was proud of it, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, most definitely.
What is your writing process like?
Yeah, like I have different like you said, that was a little bit of a challenge, like where I challenged myself and really went into it. And the fact that it was appreciated and respected, that I feel like I should definitely do more of them in depth more. Sometimes I like to just do like, not write sort of thing. Just do it off the rip. When I write, I can go more into intellectual details of things.
Yeah, yeah.
When I don't write, it's more like not base level knowledge, because I'm still gonna obviously tap into my level of intellect. You get what I'm saying? But it's more not digging into how deep I can actually go, I would say. But it's more of an energy thing, because remember, sometimes you just want to enjoy. Sometimes it's not always about the lyrics and the bars. People just want the flow. People just want the flow and the rhythm. That's what you see now with a lot of the beats are just crazy, and it's like, man, I'm not even listening to what's being said. We just want to enjoy ourselves.
Just
to
want
the
to
rhythm.
have the flow.
You know the thing, melodies like the big Afro beats. Sometimes it's like da da ba, ba. No words. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's like a big thing. Like, and even sometimes people might not even know what you're saying. Like, I did it, boom, boom, shit, yo. Half of England don't know what that's saying. I've been in the club, people are saying, I did it, boom, man, shy, yo. I'm like, well, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's a melody thing and it's music. So sometimes it's like that for me, and it's like that doesn't have to go into too much depth and detail when you.
Is it like finding like the balance as well?
It most definitely. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, it is a challenge to do that. So a lot of the times I don't write in it. So like I'm saying, it just comes off like the natural energies, the natural instinct. And if I'm gonna like write and go into it, then I'll spend a little bit more time and think about it. Do you get what I'm saying? That's genuinely my process for writing. Like I've got songs that I've been trying to articulate for years now. Yeah. And I've still not found the words for it and correctly how I want to do, because I want to do some things like, might be like a song about my nana and granddad and the Windrush and when they came here. And I still haven't found a way to fully articulate that record. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, I just enjoy writing. Do you get what I'm saying? In general, really and truly. But I'll be writing, I've got ADHD, I get another idea.
Because I think like, whenever I listen to music, you can sometimes hear a beat and you're like, oh. And you know, like sometimes where, I don't know if you have this, but as a fan of the music, you're like, oh, I just want to hear flow on this, you know? Ain't got to be too similes and metaphors. Did you get it? Did you? I got it, you know, but just ride on it, man. It's all right, man.
Literally.
You talk about like, I guess you enjoy the music. Do you also enjoy like your like anonymity in some ways, where you get to, you know, live your life away from music, where people don't know what you look like?
Kind of, what I mean? But it's like, it gets harder as the time goes on. I've been lucky to live a bit of a normal life. Like, there was even points where I would still go to the shopping centres and still go to certain of my peers and be like, yo, madman, like, we don't know what I look like though, do you get what I'm saying? And then it got to the point where then, as things started to like commercialise a little bit more, I used to have to worry about bumping into, say for instance, if I go to like your Selfridges or whatever, I have to worry about the kids that are going to be in there and the younger ones that are going to bump into me. It was like that for a long time. And I'd take the odd picture and then whatever, do you get what I'm saying?
And you go to Selfridges with this on? With a balaclava?
No, this is when I used to go without it.
Oh,
so
really?
I'd have to put it on. Okay. Remember, I don't really hide from people. It's the cameras.
Yeah.
From people, I'd love to just like meet people and take it off and be like, hi, okay? Like, I'm nice to meet you. Just to have that personal thing. So I don't mind that at a point. But it was like, I'll tell you something about that one. Let me put it. For the Selfridges one, it's like, it was just like the people that I used to have to worry about that might be in there shopping or with the parents and whatever, or school kids after and this and that. Then it started getting to the staff. The security would be like, yo, it's bro. And they're walking around following me, doing, not like with me, like, yo, my son. And I'm thinking, brother, should you not be stood over there? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Or like, I'm getting to the till and they're like, yo, my friend's a boxer, he wants you to walk him out. And I'm like, okay, it's getting to that point now where actual corporate people in these buildings are now starting to understand who I am and respect man. And then it starts to get a little bit too much, because like, I just want to shop and I just want to do my thing. And then people asking for favors and this and that. Do you get what I'm saying? And obviously, like, there's a thing that I say though, like, you can never really be mad at that, because imagine if I go in there, nobody wants a picture with me or nobody wants to talk to me.
Yeah.
Like, do you get what I'm saying?
It can be two different things, innit?
Do you get what I'm saying though? Like, you can't be like, oh, I'm taking a picture of her, because one day you might walk down the street, no one wants to take a picture with you. That's like where you've always got to be grateful. Do you get what I'm saying? I say to them, can I take one with you? Thank you. Appreciate you, mumsy. Like, whatever it may be. Do you get what I'm saying? Because man, you got to be thankful for them things, as much as sometimes it can be like, oh, I'm not in the mood or whatever. But you signed up for this, innit? You got to be in the mood, innit?
Yeah,
I guess, you get what I'm saying?
It's the part of success where you're like, well, I want to make music, but this also is my life now.
Do you get what I'm saying?
This is how my life's changed.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
But then with the shopping centre one where I say it could be, I could get in trouble because like, I wear ballet, so imagine if I'm shopping with no ballet and then like 10 school kids all after school gassed up, boisterous, want to take a picture of me, then I have to go over and say, delete that, and then they're rude, and then I'm gonna have to take the phone or something could happen like that. It's like a risk because like now Meekz has took a kid's phone and it's in the newspaper. So I just had to stop it. I just like, no, let's just leave because there's too many risks, there's too many cons to it, especially because I wear the mask, you know what I'm saying? I can't be taking no youth's phone and then next week I'm in the paper for taking a youth's phone and
yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So there's just little things like that. And yeah, like I feel like I've calmed down a bit more now. I used to do a lot more, but now it's like people clock the way I walk, the way I talk. Someone said to me, but it's the way you dress. It's like, even if I didn't know you, I'd be like, that's Meekz.
He's got all the Virgil stuff, that's why.
That's got to be Meekz.
All
like,
the Louis Vuitton Virgil stuff.
We just dress different, innit? We're just a bit different, we're unique. I move, people clock the way I walk, talk. They'll be like, are you Meekz? I'll be like, where, who? Him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, does that happen a lot?
A lot. It's the way I talk. Sometimes I'll be in places.
Definitely the way you talk.
And
definitely.
I might say whatever, and then they look up like that, and I'm like, oh shit, they got me now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never understood how they got. Because remember, I've not really done no interviews either.
Yeah.
These podcasts. Now I'm fit. Now I'm fucked. Everybody knows you, and now I'm fucked it. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, that's it.
I was watching the podcast.
They're gonna be like, yo, have you got Mo's number? Have you got Mo's number? Can you ring him? But like now I don't really do much talk. So I used to be like, how? Like from my lyrics, but it's because people say I sound how I rap, and a lot of people don't sound how they rap.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I would say you sound exactly how you rap. Do you get what I'm saying? The walking one killed me.
Yeah.
Someone said it's the way you walking.
Yeah, the walking one, I wouldn't have got the walking. I might have got the talking one.
Yeah.
So let's say we was at somewhere, I don't know, we was at somewhere in Manchester, yours or somewhere like that. And then I heard, if I heard you speaking at the bars, I'd be like,
I'll be in mad places and they do it. I'll be on holiday. I'll be on holiday in crazy countries, Brazil, and people are like, huh? I'm like, huh?
I swear.
Mad places I'll be at, and the people clock the voice, and I'm like, no way.
So let me ask you then, does that then make you say, do you know what, I might take this off?
It does sometimes. It does. I can't lie. It does. I feel like it's become my person one. Like it's like Batman, Spider-Man, and it's for me. It's like, well, these kids that look. Do you get what I'm saying? But people grow up, and it's like I just feel like it's become my thing, man. But like also, I've had like plans to do it in the past where I've had different plans that. Like with Virgil, for instance, we're gonna do a Louis Vuitton catwalk, or I was gonna do something with Manchester United, but then I was in a Nike contract and they was Adidas. So there's been little things where Top Boy also was gonna do, and we didn't really go ahead with that. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, my legs was like this. But I was in Dubai rehearsing and stuff for weeks, and then like I just didn't think like.
And you was gonna do it with the mask on or the mask off?
And I always seen it as like I can always use this as my next, like to reinvent if you ever need to. If I ever need a fresh start, or just to. And it's like we're getting older and we're doing more business now and I'm more corporate now, and I don't know. Sometimes I do feel like I am getting to the point where I think, okay, now do you get what I'm saying? Like I'm a businessman now, and to like go into my real like to be a real after. The entrepreneur outside of music, like if I'm gonna start expressing that side of me and like the achievements and accomplishments that I've made outside of music with the help of music, can't necessarily go and stand on, I don't know, Forbes dinner with Bali because I just don't think it connects. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. But then I guess the argument would also be like from your core fans to be like, no, like we want you to be in that world with Ballion. Does that make sense?
Yeah, maybe.
Because I guess there might also be a feeling of like, you know, some of your core fans listen to this being like, nah, don't do it.
Do you know what I mean? Say, do not do it, please don't. It takes away the offense. But it's like, maybe there's a way where Meekz stays as Meekz and I start a new life as me. Do you get what I'm saying? And Meekz is that like that's my ego type of thing, and then I come out as who I am on another platform type of thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because I guess it's interesting you say
maybe I should have just sat here today with no mask and been like, this is me. You know what I'm saying?
But then people would say, that's not him.
That's not me.
That's not him.
But what it is, kicking Meekz, alright? Yeah.
You know, like you ever see like Superman where you know it's him, But he's got the glasses on. You're like,
Bruce Wayne, nah, that ain't him.
But you're like, take off the glasses, man.
Is it Bruce? No, it's not Bruce.
Superman.
What's his name?
Clark Kent is Superman, yeah.
Bruce, man.
And I used to watch, you know,
Batman.
like the TV series. And I'm like, bro, this is the same guy, bro. He's got glasses on, man.
Peter Parker.
At least Batman, it was covered a little bit. But I said, come on, we would know this is him, man. In terms of music, you said like working with Dave, like you learned a lot from working with him. What was that process like working with Dave? Because he's, you know, again, he's super talented. He can play a bunch of different instruments, but, you know, I feel like he's one of those artists that, you know, like, for example, like he's a rapper that my mum would know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I feel like when artists can transcend into, I guess, mainstream consciousness and go like, oh yeah, like mum, oh I know that.
Yes,
like, yeah. You know, what was the process like working with Dave and, you know, connecting with him?
Amazing times, really. Like, we was in some of the best studios in London. We worked a lot at Abbey Road Studios, where the Beatles and that was. It's always a feeling, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Church Studio in North, where like Adele B's. It's always like a different level of like energy, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Some spiritual feelings for me personally, do you get what I'm saying? Like, we're working in churches and at Abbey Road, and at the first time where like they'd advise me to get into some instruments and get like the saxophone on my songs and stuff, and just being obsessed with music, man. Do you get what I'm saying? Because this is what changed our life. And this is who we are, and this is what we do. So like that was one of the key things from D that I'd learned. Obviously, remember D is a bit younger than me, but in music he's older than me. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm still listening to D like he's an elder, and he's a very intellectual individual. Yeah. Even yesterday, I'm like, yo, we need to link up. He's like, it's perpetual that we do. I'm like, perpetual. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? He's deeper. And I know a lot of fans will say like, oh, D's older than his age. You get what I'm saying? Like,
oh no, massively.
He's picking one up at the Brits in like Aston Martin.
Yeah.
People are driving Lambos and things.
No,
and,
he's very,
and
having met him, we done Soccer Aid together. And I think when I really knew he was like, don't get me wrong, not to say knew he was about his music, but when you go to Soccer Aid, you're just like, oh my God, this person's there and that person's there. Yeah. I remember he said to me, because we were next door, and he said, oh, just to let you know, like I might be playing music quite late. Like, so if you're sleeping.
Oh, because you was in a hotel.
Yeah. Right, you stay on like a hotel grounds. And he's like, you might hear some music. Will that keep you up? And I said, no, do your thing, man. It's fine. And he was
like that. I want to hear it, actually.
I know you could hear it, but he had like I think he had like I wouldn't say insomnia because he couldn't sleep.
Yeah. Struggles to sleep. Bro.
Yeah, so he was like, so I said, because he was like, you might hear music because I struggle to sleep, so I play music and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's fine. I'm a deep sleeper anyways, so don't worry about that. But I remember he brought like a guitar with him.
I caught that on some of the bad.
Yeah, loads of like stuff with him and stuff to still
to practice
do music.
And rehearse. Amazing. That's what I'm saying. It's so beautiful.
Like, and
beautiful.
seeing, I think whenever you see like a musician, you're like, oh, right, like, this craft stuff it's not to say it's real, but you're like, okay, cool.
It's serious.
Because for me, when I'm at Soccer Aid, I'm off. I told everyone that this is a day off, you know. I'm working, but I'm not working. Do you know what I mean?
Of course, of course.
But I guess it's like any other person's process of like, before I get to tour, then that's when I'm in my process.
Locked in more,
do you know
type
what I mean?
of thing. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to enjoy, but it's still like you're saying, it's still work.
Yeah, that's it, man.
So your work's very fun as well at the same time. Do you get what I'm saying?
So your last project that came out in what, 2022? Would you say?
22. I think I released True in 23.
Is it 23?
Yeah, 23.
And your newest project's going to come out like what, the next couple of weeks, basically.
It's been a 3-year gap at least. Yeah.
How are you feeling now about releasing like new music? Because obviously you're doing podcasts and you're letting your audience know a little bit more about you. What do you feel like people can expect from this project? Because with that 3-year gap, I'm guessing you got people like, bro, come on, man. When's the new music coming out? We're waiting. Do you know what I mean?
So this is like long overdue. Remember, this is like a sequel to the original, and it's like really a lot of the core. It's like, I want the old Meekz back, or Miss Meekz, and not just know the old Meekz, they want the real deal, and it's like not watered down or not this. So just to be myself on some records, and kind of have gone back on myself to say things that I would have wanted to say and stuff, but I now have the ability and the platform to do so. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
But as I'm working on this, I'm still working on my album, which has always been like the most important thing, where that's like my debut. I've not released the album yet. So like, I've still got records that I feel like are like more in depth that I've saved for the album because it makes sense to like really explain my story or more. This one, like you're saying, is a lot more enjoying the music and the vibes and the rhythms not to, do you get what I'm saying? Like, metaphor and how, would you get what I'm saying? It's like, it's more just a enjoyment of the music and like creative freedom and artistry inside the music. With my album, I feel like I've really stripped myself down and I'm still sitting on them records and I just can't wait for them to hear it, to be fair, on both sides of the fence. Do you get what I'm saying? But things take time. Do you know what I mean? Like even these records, remember I did the first one 7 years ago. I'm releasing a second part to it, but I've always knew that I was having to do this, especially like saying, to go back over and into it, it's like I'm having to reproduce the instrumental in a similar format, like, so say Like Me, certain melodies, certain the tempo, the bounce within there, the framework of it has stayed kind of similar, but now I've got new melodies, new introductions, new basses, new bass lines, things obviously I've elevated musically.
Yeah.
And I've took that and really like gone back to it and studied it. So like if there was a drop at 30 seconds, we've kind of embodied that. Do you get what I'm saying? We've kind of used the same rhyme scheme. Because remember, I can just write a song now. Me and you hear it now, cool. But the fact that I've gave myself a task, homework, to go back to a record and dive into the mechanisms of where it dropped and where the build-up was, and with Can't Stop It might have dropped at 45 seconds, and actually tried to like emulate that within the music was a challenge for me. And I've really enjoyed the process. You get what I'm saying? And that's what you're going to get from Mr. Can't Stop, Won't Stop. And just to like, and that's, I got the artwork drawn by me and Sloan. But that's just like a reflection of it's art, innit? And the way I've had to go and like tracing paper something, but then add colour, and add outlines and stars and moons, and it was a wonderful creative process, and I just become more addicted to this stuff by the day. You get what I'm saying? That's just where I'm at with it.
I guess as well, it's like if you've taken the time to, you know, look back at old tracks, bring them back, and what you're obviously learning as well from other musicians like a Dave or whatever, where you're like, oh, maybe I can, like you're saying, like let's get a real live bass in it this time.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Let's give the fans this. We can up the production in that, and maybe let's strip this back. And do you know what I mean? I guess that must be like the pleasure in giving yourself more time in some ways, you know?
Yeah, most definitely. The time thing has been one, like, and it didn't come easy. Even when I've said, I want to do it, it's not like, you can't just do it. Like, it's not one of them. Because it's homework. It's studying myself. Going back on what did I like about that? What did I do there? Do you get what I'm saying? And then adding new flavors and new sounds to this now. Maybe hitting some melodies. Maybe I'm singing. Do you get what I'm saying? And doing things now. I can experiment a little bit more.
Are there any artists that you have on your bucket list that you're like, oh, that's the person that I love to work with, or producers or songwriters that, you know, when you're looking at projects now and you're thinking that, like you're thinking now outside the box of like, oh, what about, you know, you're thinking of like a bass or a melody, and you think of artists where you're like, oh, this would be a good artist to work with, where, you know, you look at how you've got like, I don't know, like let's say, for example, a Skepta working with Fred again, for example. You've got like this UK grime sound with this kind of electronic house sound. Do you know what I mean?
Merged
like,
together is beautiful,
Is there any one that you sit there and like, that's the person that, not the person, or maybe the producer?
Even just somebody who I admire or respect in that aspect, to be like, so like you Drake and 40's relationship is amazing. Like Drake will say there's no him without 40, there's no 40 will say there's no me without Drake. Their relationship's just beautiful, and the way they work together, and just the music that they do actually create. Obviously, it's got 50 #1 albums. You get what I'm saying? So that'd also be a room that I'd love to be in, fly on the wall type of thing. That seems like an amazing.
Is that sometimes even better than wanting to work with the artist? Sometimes just being, I guess, like you're saying, like not so much working with them, but working with them in a sense.
Obviously,
of,
working with them, cool, amazing.
You know what I mean?
But from just looking at it as an artist and just being a bit more like looking at it from outside of being an artist, if I wasn't, I'd be like, that process there is something that we have to admire as musicians. Do you get what I'm saying? And that relationship between the two of them, and like, because they've like carved away. like when I was in school, Drake was first like thingy, but then it was like the man them weren't feeling it. Then all the gal them got onto Drake, and the man them had no choice but to be like, yo, all right. And do you get what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm still scared to take that risk of vulnerability that Drake has, a different level of vulnerability. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
to humiliate himself on a song type of thing. I think I'm still building towards that.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'd love to like, do you get what I'm saying? Learn and just like be around that. Do you get what I'm saying? And just understand what it takes to even get your mind to that thing. I know probably it takes to be 20, 30, 40, 50 million pounds up, then you don't give a shit what no one says. You get what I'm saying? So maybe when we're there, it might be a bit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
How do you start looking at like, not so much your end in some ways, but you know, when you look at like the artist you are now and you start looking towards the future, you know, whether it's the next 5 years, 10 years, and what the legacy is that you want to, you know, create, you know, is it homage to, you know, your uncle who kind of was the person that would say, go on, you know, dance and stuff, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And whatnot. Or is it, you know, a way where you want to look at things away from music and you want to build your empire that is like working with like a Nike and, you know, brands and stuff like this, or acting, you know, is it, I guess music will always be the heart, but is there like aspirations where you want to start placing your legacy, or, you know?
Most definitely. And I guess like you have these aspirations from when you first come in. So if we're going like, if I'll just keep it real and be like, what from the start, who am I as a person and what did I want to accomplish and achieve? And then things change as you go along and you see what you are capable of and what you can do, or you might go whichever way the wind takes you. But I'm going to stand on what my initial thought process and things would be. And I think like from a young age, going to like, this is one thing just before I forget, like going to like loads of projects and schools. I went to like 10 different projects and 2 different commercial high schools, 7 primary schools. Yeah. And I struggled a little bit. I always said I wanted to do something for the kids, something school-wise, education-wise, music-wise within my city of Manchester. Manchester's obviously developing a lot more now. Yeah, and that's something that I've been having conversations about over the past couple of years and looked into. But that's not just something that I'm like, oh, I can do that now because I'm me. Yeah. I've always said it. I've always wanted to do it. And that's from me going through, because I love school. I used to cry when I got kicked out. I didn't want to get kicked out. I was naughty, but I loved school. I want to learn. Why do I want to be at project with girls with magic gloves on smoking cigarettes? I want to be in school with the girl and learning, and do you get what I'm saying? And earning. Where I can sell my Lucozade. There's 500 to sell Lucozade to in there. There's only 10 kids in project. Now I've got to sell other things to them. Do you get what I'm saying? To make up for the... So like, I used to get upset. I wasn't happy about being kicked out, and like, I used to think, but you put me here for being naughty. Now you're going to kick me out for being naughty. I just need some guidance. You know what I'm saying? So that's like one of the main things for me. I will say I've always had that in mind, and that's things that I've had conversations about within recent years and still looking into and looking forward. But that'd be like one of my main things. And then the reason, did you say like my legacy? So yeah, cool. Also like again, from going back from the before I even touched the mic, from my uncle, from my friend Deezy, who passed away at a young age and was a superstar, major talented. Adele, showing him love. Katie B had him on stage and stuff. He's from streets of Manchester. He did X Factor. Simon loved him and stuff. And he's a proper loyal guy, and he didn't want to let his brother through. So Dale never ended up continuing it because the little bro wasn't really cut out the same way as D was. And so he's like stood on his brother's thing. But like he was meant to make it for us, innit? In a different type of way. Do you get me? And I would have rolled with, I would have done, do you get what I'm saying? I'd have rolled with D and been like, yo, come, like, do you get what I'm saying? I'll hold the guitar. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, like, man. There was a super, super duper star vocally, like, make a man, big grown man cry with his vocals. I seen D die before he was 20. And that hurt me. Like, I thought, can we do it? Like, I just think it's just so much. And Tekka again, such a star, like such a bright star, and was meant to just like do amazing things for us. And no one out of my batch or like from where I'm from had really done it like that. And like, I just wanted to just put on for us, man, in a different type of way. And just them ones that actually the musicians who actually made music for me more, obviously just as my people as a whole, that's like a key part to what I do. But they're like the main trigger points for me to see them not succeed in what God or like actually blessed us with. Do you get what I'm saying? And for me, I feel like I was wasting time a little bit not making music in my life because I didn't start till I was 20, 21. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like professional, like not professionally, but actually like trying on the net and whatever.
Yeah.
And like the minute I did, it kind of just, the first song, man, it was just like, boom. Second, boom. My third freestyle, biggest tune, like it's just like, whoa, like, because I was meant to be doing this. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. But just to see like a lot of my people who I loved and like looked up to from a young age not get to even make it, not even just make it in life, Mo. I mean, didn't make it past the age of 20. That man's emotional, not even thinking about it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I guess it's like you're kind of blessed in some way of like, one, you're putting where you're from on the map. Do you know what I mean? But two, it's like you are essentially
product
like
of the environment.
Yeah, but you are living like their dream in some ways. Do you know what I mean?
But through them,
like you know what I mean? Like we think of how many people that got to perform at the BRITs and do you know what I mean? Even have Virgil on speed dial. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But
not many people get to do that in general, especially from where I'm from. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Be proud of yourself, bro. Like you're flying the flag, man. Do you know what I mean? Like not a lot of people get to even be in that conversation. So yeah, man, you're making a lot of people proud. So big up yourself, bro. Honestly, man, it's a lot of good work you're doing, man. And
thank you, man.
You know what I mean?
Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it, man.
But bro, listen, this
tell some jokes now, innit? Let me laugh, bro, because
don't do that to me, bro.
Like, what the hell?
Don't do that to me.
Yo, tell that joke, because
I said, tell some joke. I've never wanted to tell a joke.
I thought you was going to have me up in here crying, bro. I thought you was going to have me crying with laughter, man. I didn't know you were going to have me crying, man. Oh, my God. I feel like a waste, man, but I can't, I couldn't hold it, bro. I don't know,
but,
man.
Bro, you got to remember, it's like, what you're doing is like, for your city.
I didn't even realise that was ever going to happen there or come like that.
But, bro, what you're doing for your city, it's like, let's be honest, man. You know, you think of when people talk about footballers, the 0.00001% get to make it. Just what I'm saying, and the amount of people,
it's crazy,
whose legacy, who you're connected with. That again, the smiling down, and being like, oh, raw, like this is.
I speak to them all the time, and they guide, man. Do you get what I'm saying? And they've shown me to stay out of certain places, certain environment. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And trying to stay blessed, stay in the studio. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Stay off the road because
yeah, man.
Yeah, man, that's just been a major part to guiding me as well, and they still guide me till now. Do you get what I'm saying? So I try to stay close with them energies more. Do you get what I'm saying? So
you got this, man. But my brother, this has been your beginning, middle, and end. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on here, bro. I swear to you, it's been such a pleasure, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm a fan anyway. But also, I've got to conduct a proper interview as well.
Yeah, it was very professional, man. I felt comfortable. You made me feel super good. I watched a couple of your interviews and I thought, Mo's wicked. Obviously, I'm a fan of you anyway, what you do.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that,
the podcast thing's like your new thing, and I'm like, overall, that's
this is the thing, man. I always wanted to make sure.
Like this as well.
Do you know what it is? It's just having these unfiltered conversations.
Being able to conduct yourself. Do you get what I'm saying?
But you got fans as well that want to see the real you, do you know what I mean? They're only going to get that if we have these conversations, do you know what I mean? And to honour what you do. And yeah, bro, this is the space. So, bruv.
Thank you, brother, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Big up yourself.
Come on, bruv.
Big
Much
respect,
love, man. Respect,
bruv. Bro, yeah?
Hey, what's up? Thank you so much for listening to the podcast today. Now, a lot goes into making each episode. I know you hear my voice, but there's a team behind the scenes who help make it. And if you did enjoy it, I'd really, really appreciate it if you could show the love to them by giving us 5 stars. And if you also have the time, please leave us a review. It's always appreciated, and we love reading the comments. And of course, we want to keep making it better. Thank you for listening, and have a great day. Peace.